Hey, what's up, Bears fans? It's Aaron, aka the Bearded Bears fan, back again with another preview type video. I'll review the Dolphins game and preview some of what I'm looking for in the New England Patriots game coming to Chicago. First off, the loss to the Dolphins. This one stung. It's weird this year. Every game that I feel like we have the ability to dominate, it's almost like we play to the opponent's level. I thought we would dominate Seattle. We won. The pick six made it look a little bit larger than the game was a lot closer than it seemed. Then we went to Arizona. I thought we'd have the ability to dominate them, and we struggled again. Then Tampa, who I thought we would struggle against because of their high-powered offense, we beat the shit out of them. And then this week, with the Dolphins, I thought we would beat them pretty soundly because they were banged up across the offensive line, and we had the second most sacks in the entire NFL. And it just didn't go that way. Now, a lot of Dolphins fans on Twitter, for some reason, they believe that the second most sacks in the NFL and their banged up offensive line, they were able to keep us from getting any sacks without holding or committing any penalties, which I just believe is complete bullshit. There's no way there wasn't holding on almost every call. Draft Dr. Phil, if you guys follow the Bears Barroom Radio, he put up a video clip of a blatant tackle of Khalil Mack. And, of course, Dolphins fans swear that he flopped and was just trying to get a flag. But to me, Khalil Mack is a dog. He doesn't even have that in him to flop or try and get, sympathy from a referee. Khalil Mack wants to eat. He wants to knock that ball out. He wants to hunt your quarterback all day long. He's not out there to flop against Juwan James or anybody like that. So, I just don't see it. Cody Parkey missed a 53-yard field goal. Some people will say maybe we should have passed on 3rd and 4, ran a play action, or had Mitch pull it out, go for the first. But, in my opinion, the way Jordan Howard was running on that drive, I thought maybe he had a chance to get the first down. Maybe that was, I don't know if it was so much play call as it was effectiveness of the offensive line. Yes, they knew we were going to run. Everybody in the stadium had an idea that we were going to run, but your offensive line has to get that push and try to get that first down. And they didn't get it. And we kicked a long field goal, we missed it, and then they came down the field, and the rest is history. They kicked a game-winning 43-yard field goal. We had a lot of chances to win the game. The first half wasn't very pretty by Mitch Trubisky, but he did come out in the second half, and he did make some big boy NFL throws. He was threading the needle. The pass down the sideline to Taylor Gabriel right over the corner, it was incredible. Beautiful placement on the ball. He had another pass where he hit. Now, Anthony Miller was wide open on that touchdown pass that put us ahead with 3 minutes left, but, Mitch put it on the spot where you want it to be. Tariq Cohen is really breaking out this year. I'd like to see Matt Nagy use Jordan Howard a little more. You got to find a way to get him involved. The guy's a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he needs 30 carries a game. I think you could still split it with him and Tariq. The way Tariq's playing, it's hard to take him off the field, but sometimes you got to ground and pound, and I thought last week's game was a good opportunity to do that. I also thought Arizona's game was a good opportunity to do that. We missed both of those. As far as the New England Patriots go, they got a pretty big D-line. I know Trey Flowers is pretty good. A guy they drafted out of Arkansas a couple years back. He's, I believe he leads the team in sacks. So, as far as their linebackers, they got Dante Hightower. That's the main the main guy. I think they're going to, if they try to have him cover Tariq Cohen out of the backfield, that's going to be a positive for the Bears. They might try to bracket him with a safety, but then you've got Taylor Gabriel, Allen Robinson, which Allen Robinson's going to have Stephon Gilmore, who a lot of Bears fans wanted in Chicago a couple of years ago. He's not great, but he's not terrible. That'll be a good matchup to watch. They're kind of back and forth between Robinson and Gilmore. I think Taylor Gabriel has the ability to have another big game. Eric Rowe, I don't watch a whole lot of Patriots ball games, but what I saw in the Super Bowl and look at what the Chiefs were able to do with Tyreek Hill. I mean, Taylor Gabriel's fast too. He's not, I don't think he's Tyreek Hill fast, but he has some of the same qualities that Tyreek Hill has. And Matt Nagy knew how to use Tyreek Hill. And if you don't think he's calling his boy Andy Reid and saying, "Hey, what can I do to exploit them?" And he'll say, "Hey, Eric Rowe can't keep up with a speed guy, so get the ball out quick and handle it that way." So I do believe our offense will be able to put up points against this Patriots defense because they haven't been strong all year. The Lions beat them, but they were kind of, at that time, Julian Edelman was still out on his suspension, and they just double-teamed Gronk and dared him to beat him with Chris Hogan, which didn't work out for him, obviously, because the Lions came away with the W. Last week's game against the Chiefs, there was a lot of offense on both sides of the ball. The Chiefs don't play defense. We do, other than the Miami game. We play very strong defense. So I think this, coming into the week, I thought for sure we would lose this game. But as the week progressed and I thought about it more, I think we have a chance to win it, to be honest. I think it'll come down to a Cody Parkey field goal. But I don't think Matt Nagy will ask him to kick 50-plus yarder. I think he realizes try to get it a little bit closer, So I think that's what it's going to come down to. My prediction is the Bears will win 27-24. And Cody Parkey getting a little bit of redemption. And as I said, Monday, if you'd asked me how this was going to turn out, I would say Patriots 45, Bears 20, or something like that, But as the week progressed, and I realized the Patriots defense is not that good, and I have to believe the Bears defense is that good because other than the one game coming off the bye and the heat and humidity in Miami, where none of our guys were acclimated to the weather down there, those guys just looked beat down there. Right out of the gate, they looked wore out, and so the only thing I can say is that the heat had to play a factor in that. The poor tackling, we don't see that. We haven't seen that all year. So the poor tackling, these guys were just wore out is my only guess. So I don't see that happening. However, the Patriots, man, try to attack their offense is that's a big question mark to me. I don't know where you attack. You've got Gronk. We could put Eddie Jackson or Amos on him and try like hell that he doesn't bust out. Then you got Julian Edelman, who is a rich man's Albert Wilson, and we saw what Wilson did last week rather. So hopefully, and I think a lot of last week we struggled. For some reason, Vic Fangio, he's so stubborn. I love Vic Fangio. I'm glad we got him back. But he plays a zone defense, and he doesn't blitz. He believes in sitting in the zone and covering your man and going from there. And I feel like that was a mistake. That gave Brock Osweiler the ability to sit back there and pick us apart and throw little slant passes and little screens. And our guys, like I said, they missed tackles, and that's the way the cookie crumbled last week. But I really need to move on. I keep going back, but I think Vic Fangio, the way you beat Tom Brady and the New England Patriots is You get pressure and hit Tom Brady. Ask the New York Giants. They did it twice in the Super Bowl. That defensive Eli Manning is not a great quarterback, but they hit Tom Brady and they played man and they covered their guys. And I feel like that's what we need to do. Khalil Mack, hopefully the ankle is 100%, but it's not only him. I'd like to see Leonard Floyd. I mean, where's he been? You know what I'm saying? He's the number 9 overall pick, and he has 0 sacks this year, almost halfway through the season. And that's ridiculous. There's no reason for that. So Leonard Floyd's got to get going. Akeem Hicks is going to be back. He always eats. You know, he's a bad man. Even last week, he was pretty good in the run game, even though Frank Gore, the fucking Infinity Stone, went for 100 yards. That was our first 100-yard runner of the year. Rusher? Either way, that was our first one of the year. So, hopefully we'll get back on track. I mean, we got Sony Michel, who's been on fire as of late. He's got like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. So, that's gonna be a big. Our guys got to get upfield and handle them. I mean, good thing we're back at home. We don't have to worry about the heat and humidity like we did in Miami. You're going to have Goldman. We're going to have Hicks. And you're going to have the mixture of Bullard and Roy Robertson Harris at the other defensive end position. I think they'll have the ability to get off and hold Sony Michel in place. I don't see him going off like he did. I mean, it's Chiefs defense who wasn't very good, and I don't remember who else the Patriots played, but they haven't played great defenses. So if our defense can get back on track, we'll have a much better shot at winning this game, obviously. At our linebacker core, I'd like to see Trevathan come on some blitzes, because that's another thing that Tom Brady has an issue with, is when he gets pressure in his face. He's not the most athletic guy, so he can't really, you don't see him running away from pressure very often. So Dan Trevathan can hit him a few times, just let him know he's there, and hopefully that will bode well for our Chicago Bears. Yeah. New England's pass catchers, they scare the shit out of me, I'm not going to lie. You got James White in the backfield. I mean, he's there Tariq Cohen, you know what I'm saying? He goes out in the flat, screen passes, angle passes, Texas routes, things of that sort. He's all over that kind of stuff. Obviously, Gronk is a fucking beast. I mean, show me who's figured out how to stop him thus far, other than the Lions, who didn't have to worry about anybody other than Gronk because Edelman was gone. As I mentioned before, Julian Edelman, who he's going to 5-10 yard you to death, just like Albert Wilson did. So tackling's got to be sound. You got to wrap up. Maybe jump a couple routes if you can. I think Kyle Fuller will be tasked on Julian Edelman, although I do believe Bryce Callahan might be more of a better matchup. So, I mean, I'm not the coach. So if Vic thinks that Bryce Callahan is better, have him shadow Julian Edelman all around the field, I would say. And maybe try to put Kyle Fuller on Josh Gordon, who is another dynamic playmaker with crazy speed. He'll beat you down the field, and he also has good route running ability on those little option routes that the Patriots love to run. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because they'll have 3 or 4 different routes off one, depending on what you're showing them. And Brady's seems to always be on page with his receivers, and that's what's so difficult to stop those guys. So, but hopefully our defense, especially with an experienced defensive coordinator like Vic Fangio, they'll hit the tape hard this week and know what they're looking for, and hopefully we can slow them down. I mean, I don't see them shutting them out, but I do think they will slow them down. I mean, hopefully they're not going to give up 40 points like the last 3 weeks that the Patriots have done. I believe their points totals was 37, 38, and then 43 against the Chiefs. So our defense is better than that. And I think, as I said earlier, my score prediction is 27-24. I think our Bears find a way to play good defense and sound tackling and hold these guys to a minimal gain. And Trubisky stays on track. I'd love to see Jordan Howard get a touchdown this game. But I think Trubisky plays well again. He might have 2 touchdowns, 200 or 300 yards. And Jordan Howard touchdown. I'd like to see an interception or 2. We'll see how that goes. Tom Brady he doesn't turn the ball over very much. Obviously, the guy's the GOAT. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think anybody's ever played better than he has. And he's definitely got the hardware to prove it. So it's going to be a tough task. But I think that our guys are, honestly, I hate to say this, the Dolphins' loss might have been a good thing for our Bears. I mean, going into that game, they were touted as a top 5 defense. They were balling out. Everybody thought this was going to be a blowout, and then they get smacked in the mouth. So now they're pissed off. So if we can get after Tom Brady and hit him a few times and play good sound defense, I like our chances, to be honest. Who would have thought coming into this season that our offense would be carrying our defense like they did last week? Or, well, I guess our defense was good in Tampa. I mean, we beat the shit out of those guys on all 3 phases. So, but the offense is looking good. They're starting to click. The defense, I believe, will have a bounce-back game. And the Chicago Bears get the win on Sunday. Please tell me what you guys think. You can leave it in the comments. Subscribe if you like these videos. I try to make one once a week. I don't have a whole lot of time because I work a lot. But I try to talk to you guys and make a video a week to tell you guys what I'm looking for or what I saw in the previous game. Just let me know what you guys think. Bear down.